Lee, hi, Dominik Diamond here, coming to you from a radio studio in deepest, darkest Canada. Oh, that's pretty good, isn't it? Look at that. Does anybody else do little whirly round shots and cameo? Jeez, no. Makes you feel quite sick, doesn't it? All right, you got quite a few questions here. It's almost like a full interview. Let's get cracking. Have you heard of my favourite game, Shining Force, on the Sega Mega Drive? Yes, Lee, that was the evil Dark Soul, if I remember correctly. And he raised the Dark Dragon, and there was like, what was his name, Max, fought against him, and he got the Chaos Breaker sword. It was like a weapon made of two swords, sword of light, sword of dark. Classic combo, yin and yang, sweet and sour. Hey, and yeah, the plot of that game was actually based on my life growing up in Scotland. Next question. How important is background music in games? Very important, especially set an atmosphere in role-playing games like Shining Force. Off the top of my head, Skyrim, I think the background music there is incredibly effective. The Zelda games. Witcher 3, probably the best example of it. I love that. Right, have you heard the story about the person who held their Wii to try and win a Wii but died after pulling out? I'm hoping you mean pulling out of the competition. That sounds like a silly way of trying to get a Nintendo Wii. I think that never hold in your Wii. I think the older that you get, the more important bodily functions down there come to be. So yeah, I wouldn't hold my pee in for anything. Right, best football game series. You know what, I would say Sensible. For Sensible Soccer and Sensible World of Soccer. Only a 2-game video game series, but I can't pick FIFA as much as I've played it because microtransactions are immoral. And I can't say Pro Evo because it just became an absolute mess after a while. So yeah, Sensible Soccer was always cool, and that's important. Old or newer graphics is your final question. I think newer graphics, because they look better. I'm not one of these guys who's like, oh, it's all got to be retro, but newer graphics for playing games, older graphics for art. I really think there are so many old games, ZX Spectrum games, for example, old Nintendo NES games, that you could use screenshots and frame them and put them up in art galleries as art. I really think you should do that. I think that old video games are art. I hope that's answered your questions, Lee. Cheers, mate. Let's finish with another little whirly shot, eh? Whoa!